Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. You know who I think is gonna get rich from XRP? Anybody want to take a stab at this? Who does Moon Lambeau think will get rich from holding XRP? I believe that those individuals who are adults, who are thinking long term, and who are patient, and who don't emotionally buy and sell, those are the people that stand to potentially make a lot of money off of XRP. So who won't? Impatient children will not make money off of XRP. And I have a case that I'm going to highlight for you. There's an analyst, a chart analyst who has a big following. I'll pull up the number in a second. It's pretty big, whatever the hell it is. And he was talking about how he thinks XRP, he just, like, literally the other day, XRP, holy hell, going to all-time high, this and that. And this article was written from the Daily Hodl titled, and it was about him, Top Trader Says He's Bullish on XRP and Tron, Here's Why. And I'm not going to talk about Tron, that's not the purpose of this video, but XRP specifically, yeah, he put out some bullish stuff there. Now, in less than 24 hours, he has changed his mind. It's just amazing to me. And so I want to highlight this because it speaks to a couple of things. First of all, definitely the importance of patience and not looking at short-term price action and drawing long-term conclusions from it. And also just how toxic maximalism of any kind is, whether you're a maximalist of XRP or Bitcoin or pick any cryptocurrency. I think maximalism is purely toxic no matter what. I verbally fight against it. I'm not for it. And so even if you're not a maximalist, and maybe this guy's not a maximalist, he still clearly is not pro Ripple and not pro XRP. That has come through. So when he's talking about where he thinks the positive portion of this article, XRP going back to its all-time high, at least he was being honest in the sense of the charts indicate that is what's going to happen. So that's cool. He saw that. But holy hell, the rest of it, the rest of the behavior was like a dumpster fire. And nothing personal against him. This is not about him as a person. This is about this type of stance that individuals have. So what I'm challenging is the ideas, not the individual person. That is not the purpose of this. He could be a perfectly nice guy or a terrible person. I have no idea, and it doesn't matter for the sake of this video. I'm challenging the idea and process for coming to conclusions. Now, before going any further, I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast. There's nothing special about me. I just like to make YouTube videos as a hobby on the topic of XRP and Ripple and cryptocurrency in general, and that is all that it is. Now, as I record this, XRP is at 51.7 cents, Bitcoin's at $57,358, market cap for the asset class $1.79 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 59.71%. So down a little bit since compared to the last day or two. Don't mind seeing that in the least. And so what I did is I actually just pulled up the Twitter thread that was the source of this Daily Hodl piece, which was really incomplete. I wish they had gotten the final tweet because that's where the guy flipped. And I don't know if they just didn't cover it because they missed it, or he tweeted after this was published, or they didn't think it was a good narrative. But I highlight the good and the bad, and I critique stuff because I just like to share my opinions. I think it's just fun to engage in critical thinking regardless. And so even if people disagree with me, I love diversity of thought. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I just don't like people that are disingenuous and toxic, because if you have a different opinion and it's not you trying to get to the truth, then I have no interest in engaging with you. But if you just happen to disagree with me and we're respectful adults, that makes me like and appreciate you more. So that's just how I operate on any topic in life. So here was the analyst in question, Kaleo, who, as it turns out, I was actually already following. I don't really remember this individual, so who knows how long ago I followed them or what made me do that, and that's fine. I'll continue following because why the hell not? I don't really have a reason not to. But he's got 93,900 followers all up on the Twitters here. And here's what he stated on March 20th. XRP/BTC. Apparently, it's scam coin season when it comes to S-word coins. I'm a trader and I really like this setup. I'm long. So there you go. You can, right there, it's pretty clear. He believes that XRP is a scam coin, which is always comical to me because the way in which XRP has been distributed, it's been completely transparent from the beginning of time. It's been clear who has large stakes in XRP, including Ripple and Chris Larson and Jed McCaleb. All this is well known. And so there's a neat thing about the free market, in which, if all pertinent information such as this is made publicly available, and there's an asset, in this case XRP, being traded on the free market, people can make themselves aware of this information, and they can choose to not trade because or own XRP in period because they don't like that information, or they can choose to hold XRP and trade it because they do like that information. Nobody's forcing anyone into anything. And so if something's completely transparent and you just don't like the setup, that doesn't mean it's a scam coin. That is illogical. It's disingenuous. So I guess he's playing to his audience, who presumably, I wouldn't be surprised anyway if it's a bunch of Bitcoin maximalists, a lot of them anyway. Not that all of them would be. Hell, I follow them, so I'm telling you get all sorts of different people, but the type of person that would find that sentence attractive would be somebody that's ideologically opposed to what XRP is doing here in general anyway. And so, but anyway, he said just on the 20th, he likes the setup. Here's XRP BTC. And this is something that I've cited before. You see, this is the XRP BTC pair. You see how XRP's it's all the way down here now on this pair? See, that indicates that it would cost you a whole lot more XRP to purchase Bitcoin than what was up here where I was circling, right? And so when there's a bigger disparity like this, that could potentially represent opportunity. My fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer, was pointing this out constantly towards, I guess, when was he mostly talking about that? It may have been November, I want to say. And he was just highlighting, it's like, wow, if you look at the XRP BTC pair, when was the last time it looked like that? Well, December 2017, which is before it just rocketed off. Like, you really hadn't seen anything look like that before. And so seeing the disparities, it doesn't necessarily mean that something is off. It means that the opportunity, it could mean anyway, the opportunity has not yet been realized. And so he liked the setup there. That part, I suspect, was genuine because he already clearly likes XRP, or hates XRP rather. Why would he say something good about it in terms of the way it's set up if he didn't actually believe it? And so then he had another tweet, XRP/USD, with a clean high time frame breakout as well. And so again, this is also from March 20th. And so here's the chart that he had associated with that. And then he wrote this: the possibility of a breakout leading to a return back to the old all-time high is too tempting not to put in a long. And he's talking about XRP there. So you can see here's the XRP/USD chart. And that was also from March 20th. At 7:40 p.m. Central Standard Time, March 20th, yesterday. Okay, this is the 21st as I'm recording this, right? Right now, just in case anybody cares, it is 10:34 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, the 21st here, March 21st, 2021. And so just yesterday he wrote that. He's all jazzed up about this. Loves how the chart looks. Oh my gosh, a return to the glory days. He wouldn't call it that, but of an all-time high. And so just from a financial perspective, he just wants to make the money, which is perfectly fine, even if he doesn't like XRP. It doesn't matter to me if he does or doesn't like XRP. I'm just going to engage in critical thinking because it's fun to talk about this stuff and think through it all. But what happened after that? So what happened with the price action of XRP? Let's just click on this. Here... you can see here, I'll just go to the 7-day chart. That might help illustrate here. So XRP did run up to, according to Live Coin Watch, was this 54.7 cents? But I do know yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. It got up to 55.9 cents. So maybe it just, it may just wicked up to that, and maybe it didn't close. That's probably why it says 54.7 cents. But then what he thought was a good structure, it ended up going back down. And you can see XRP got down to, within the last 24 hours, 50.6 cents, or something like that. And so what did this chart analyst say? Well, here you go. Here's a tweet from this morning, March 21st, 8:37 a.m. Central Standard Time. Wrote, got stopped out on this overnight. Deserved to lose money for longing this S word, LOL. So there you go. So look, here, can we just break this down because this is too fun. So when you say you're long something, there's a couple ways that you can interpret that. There's a couple of ways you could intend for that to be understood. If you say you're long, you could be meaning that in the short time frame, you're long with this, the expected price action in the short term. So you're long, you're not short at this exact moment in time. Or you could be like Moon Lambo. When I say that I'm long XRP, that's not the way I'm talking about it because I'm not a trader. I've never engaged in trading style activities. I'm a hold on for dear life type of mofo. That's just how I roll. And so when I say I'm long XRP, I'm talking about the long-term viability for XRP for years and hopefully decades beyond. That's what I am talking about here. Now, it doesn't mean I won't sell a substantial portion of XRP if it becomes too great a percentage of my overall portfolio. Of course I would. It's okay to be long something and adjust your risk exposure. I will do that. I have every intention of doing that if that occurs, where XRP just rockets off. But still, what I mean is I'm long. So what did he actually mean? Did he literally mean that he was long but only on the short time frame? I don't think so, because he says that he sees that there's an opportunity for it to go back to all-time highs. Does he literally mean that inside of 24 hours, the dreams for XRP to ever reach all-time high ever again are now crushed forever? Does he mean that? Or is he playing to his crowd? Maybe he's playing to his crowd. I don't know. I don't know what the incentive is here. But holy hell, to jump out of XRP, this is like... I understand if he's talking from a trading perspective, I get it, you're in and out based on what happens with the charts. But holy hell, if you believe that XRP is going to go back to its all-time high, why are you saying this jibber-jabber? This is pure nonsense. And so this goes back to what I was saying at the beginning. Who's going to get rich off of XRP? Well, and this is not financial advice, this is just what I personally believe, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I believe that people that understand what they're investing in and hold for the long term and aren't shaken out by short-term price action, those people have a much greater chance. But then there are the adult children out there that see little bits of price action up and down, and it's scary, this or that, and XR. It's like, what they sound like when I read anything from them, it's like, XRP's not going up when I want it to go. I want XRP Moon now, so I can have my Lamborghini now. I want to drive too fast and become crashed into light pole. I don't know, crap like that. It just doesn't make... It just doesn't, that train of thought does not make sense to me. It is not logical. It is emotionally based. And to me, it's just childish. And so when I see that type of position spouted, it does not resonate with me. I understand what's happening there. And I understand that people can be tired of stuff, but the people that respond that way, those are the people that will get wrecked ultimately. That's what I believe. You're certainly not going to make a fortune off of XRP because we're range bound right now. What's happening in terms of this price action doesn't matter. And so I've said many times on my channel, either I'm right and at some point XRP will go parabolic because people are just going to FOMO and you're going to see 2017 style craziness when XRP went from 20 something cents to almost $4. Either I'm right and something like that's going to happen and blast past the all-time high too, or I'm wrong and it's going to crash to zero. And that's kind of the bet that I make. And so what happens in between, it doesn't matter, because understand, XRP is moving in tandem with the rest of the market, and Bitcoin's leading the market, fine, but it's all moving in a general sense in tandem, not down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, so on and so forth, but it is. And so if I'm right that it is, then it is going to take off, or I'm wrong and it's not. But I believe that I'm right. That's the bet that I'm placing here, that people have not sufficiently parsed out the differences between cryptocurrencies, and I personally believe that literally every single mid and large cap coin will have its day before this market cycle's over. XRP is a part of this. I believe it will take off. And fine, if I'm wrong, then maybe I just deserve to lose everything, and I acknowledge that's a possibility. It's risky investing in crypto. I'm not pretending it's not. I'm just sharing with you my opinion. And that's what it looks like to me. And so all of the price action that happens in between, functionally to me, isn't going to matter. It's just interesting to follow. Of course, I don't deny that. I'm just like you. I'm interested in seeing what happens on a regular basis. And having skin in the game makes it much more interesting to see what's happening and see what other people are talking about, especially chart analysts. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not going to matter in the end. Either it's going to happen or it's not. Either that spark ignites, we see a green candle, and then people FOMO in, or it doesn't happen. I believe that it will happen. And by the way, there's all sorts of cryptocurrencies that are in the same boat as XRP. And so people always have this feeling of whatever they hold, it's like they have this feeling like everything else is taking off except for what is theirs. Well, it's like, do you not understand the idea of planting a seed? Because when you see the other stuff taking off, and that's when you feel the FOMO, the fear of missing out, jumping in, that's the trap. That's the trap right there. Falling for that crap. If you wanted to have those gains, you should have had your position before it went parabolic. Once it's gone parabolic, I just think that people are idiots for jumping into stuff. So it's one thing if something goes up a bit, but you have reason to believe that it's nowhere near the top for this cycle. That would be one thing. But if you're talking true parabolic price action, no, chasing a green candle is idiotic. That is exactly how I feel. I'm trying to not mince words here. But again, there's all sorts of indications that you're gonna there's all sorts of coins that are in the same boat as XRP, and I've talked about them on this channel. And Blockchain Backer, he's been talking about them too. There's all sorts, even just the large cap coins like EOS and Bitcoin Cash, and everyone's favorite Ethereum Classic because of the strong fundamentals there, right? Everyone loves 51% attacks, right? And Zcash, and just pick. There's tons of coins where they're like 8-fold away from their all-time highs, which is frankly about where XRP is. That's about how far away XRP is too, and so it's easy to feel like it's XRP the only one that's not moving, but that's not true. At the end of December, XRP was at 17 cents, and it's now over 50 cents. That's like somewhere in the neighborhood of a 300% increase from then. So it's not the case that it's not moving, and I still believe that XRP is at an artificially suppressed price point because of what has happened with the SEC going after Ripple, which makes it all that much more interesting. But as far as what's going to be happening moving forward, there is this tweet from Leb Crypto on March 1st, and I'm going to follow it up with one from him today. But on March 1st, chart analyst Leb Crypto wrote the following. Continued persistent consolidation under resistance with increasing volume is indicative of a super alt season in March to April. Need to see a weaker DXY and continued strength in the stock markets for confirmation. Sell in May and go away? ? That's my plan until now. #alts. And then wrote today. So what tends to happen when you're I'm sorry, that's the wrong inflection. So what tends to happen when you're consistently banging on resistance for many weeks? ? Let's go. Well, I can answer that for you. The longer a cryptocurrency consolidates, meaning it's range bound, it's trading sideways, the greater the pop when it finally does. This is just a truth of life. It just is. And what goes range bound longer than XRP? Like just about nothing. So when it pops, but that's why you've seen historically when XRP pops, like it really, really pops. And that's always exciting to me. And so that's the moment I'm waiting for. For me, this was always a multi-year plan. And I was always anticipating that the masses would not be willing to sit back that long, and they also don't have an understanding sufficiently of market cycles. They don't understand that all these cryptocurrencies move in cycle. They don't, or in tandem rather. They don't understand that utility today doesn't sufficiently matter. It matters to me, but it doesn't sufficiently matter to most market participants. They just don't get all this stuff. And so, what the hell chance do they have of being successful in crypto? Like, I think most people are going to lose money. And people make all sorts of similar mistakes in the stock market too. It's just more risky in crypto because it's more volatile, and there's a greater opportunity for emotions to seep in and for people to make terrible decisions as a result. But that's what's happening. So he's just citing here, though, we're looking at a range-bound situation, and it could, in all likelihood, result in a greater pop. Michael Vandepop said the following, which is effectively the same thing, although he was talking about Bitcoin specifically. Bitcoin is so far so good, and that's great. The $55,000 region is an interesting point of interest after rejecting the $60,000 barrier, expecting a sideways range for a little. Yeah, and you're seeing that from all sorts of people. Like, everyone's frankly acknowledging this, including Credible Crypto. And Blockchain Backer, he put out a short video today, which I did watch, and he was talking about how it's notable that we did break that 50 cent resistance level. But he also made the point that really, until you hit that 80 cent level, like that's what we're really watching for, because that's what's going to, frankly, many analysts say, will blast us past $1. And so 80 cents is really the most important one. That's what I see from time and again from so many different analysts. So I'm suspecting that there's something to that at this point. But still, 50 cents, yeah, that's a level to watch for, and we're currently above that. So it's good. We're just currently playing the waiting game. So we'll just see what happens here. But it is a lot of fun to follow. I hope that you're having a good time with all of this, and I hope you're not one of the people that's more on the childish side of, I want my XRP moon time now. I want Lamborghini now. So if you're one of those, good luck. You're gonna freaking need it. You're really gonna need it, because the people that find success here, they're adults that understand the bigger picture and are patient. Wasn't it Warren Buffett that said that the stock market, I'm going to butcher this a little bit, but it's something like it's a mechanism for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. Like, I believe it was Warren Buffett that said that. I have to Google it, so you guys can fact check me. But somebody of notable importance said that. I think it was Warren Buffett. But yeah, the stock market is a mechanism for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. And the same is true in crypto. It's a great mechanism for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. And I'm the patient. Nobody will outpatient me. I'll wrap up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.